Your phone battery isn't dying. At least, not in the way most people think. You buy a new phone and the battery lasts all day. You're thrilled. But after a year, suddenly you're charging it twice a day. By the second year, it feels like the battery drains just by looking at it. You may have even started blaming the phone itself, thinking it must be designed to fail. So what's really happening? Is your phone secretly programmed to get worse over time? Or is there something happening inside the battery that most people never notice? Today, we're going to break down why phone batteries get worse over time, what's really happening inside your device, and how you can slow the process down. Every smartphone today, from devices made by Apple to Samsung, uses the same core battery technology. And no matter how expensive your phone is, the battery inside it slowly changes from the very first day you start using it. But the reason isn't what most people assume. It's not some hidden conspiracy or planned obsolescence. It's basic chemistry and physics at work. Before we go any further, if you enjoy simple explanations about the technology you use every day, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next video. Alright, let's get into the mystery of your phone battery. Inside your phone is something called a lithium-ion battery. This is the type of battery that powers almost every modern smartphone, laptop, and even electric vehicles. The magic happens because lithium particles move between two layers inside the battery. When you use your phone, lithium particles move in one direction. When you charge it, they move back. This movement produces the electricity that powers your phone. But here's the thing. Every time this happens, the battery experiences a tiny bit of wear. Think of it like bending a paperclip. Bend it once, nothing happens. Bend it 100 times. Eventually it weakens. Batteries work in a very similar way. Every charge, every use, every bit of heat or stress leaves a tiny mark on the battery's internal structure. It's gradual, invisible, and cumulative. One of the main reasons batteries degrade over time is something called a battery cycle. A battery cycle happens when you use 100% of the battery's energy. But it doesn't have to be all at once. For instance, if you use 50% of your battery today, then 50% tomorrow, that counts as one full cycle. Most smartphone batteries are designed to last around 500 full cycles before noticeable degradation begins. After about 500 cycles, the battery might only hold around 80% of its original capacity. That's why even when your battery shows 100%, it doesn't store as much energy as it did when the phone was new. This is also why your battery drains faster over time, even when you haven't changed your usage habits. Battery cycles explain part of the story, but the real enemy of phone batteries is heat. Heat speeds up chemical reactions inside the battery, slowly damaging its internal structure. And heat is everywhere. Gaming for hours, running intensive apps while charging, leaving your phone on the dashboard in the sun, or using fast charging repeatedly. All of these generate extra heat. Even using GPS navigation for hours, like when you're on a road trip, warms up the phone because the GPS calculations are constantly running in the background. Over time, heat erodes the battery's efficiency. Phones that frequently overheat will degrade faster than phones that stay cool. Now, let's talk about something surprising: charging habits. Many people charge their phones in a way that stresses the battery more than necessary. A common routine is using the phone until it hits 1%, then charging it all the way to 100%. But lithium-ion batteries don't like extremes. They are happiest when the charge stays roughly between 20% and 80%. When a battery sits at 100% for long periods, especially while warm overnight, it adds stress to the internal chemistry and accelerates capacity loss. This is why many modern phones now include battery health management systems. These systems delay the final part of charging or pause charging when the battery is full until just before you wake up, helping the battery last longer. Another reason batteries feel like they suddenly get worse is because degradation is gradual. At first, you might only notice a 5 to 10% difference in battery life. Then a little more. By the time you realize it, it seems like the battery collapsed overnight, but it's really been wearing down slowly the whole time. Understanding this gradual process helps you see that your battery isn't broken, it's just naturally aging. So what can you do to help your battery last longer? There are a few simple habits that make a big difference. Avoid exposing your phone to high heat whenever possible. Don't let it sit at 0% or 100% for long periods. Remove heavy phone cases while charging if your phone gets warm. Avoid intensive gaming or running heavy apps while plugged in. Even small adjustments like these can significantly extend the battery's lifespan. It's also worth noting that fast charging, while convenient, produces extra heat and can slightly accelerate degradation over time. If you don't need a full charge quickly, Using a slower charging method occasionally can help your battery last longer. Additionally, keeping software updated is important, because manufacturers often include battery optimization tweaks that reduce unnecessary heat and power usage. So the next time you feel frustrated about your battery draining quickly, remember, your phone battery isn't mysteriously dying. And it isn't secretly programmed to fail. What's really happening is a slow chemical aging process inside the lithium-ion battery. Every charge, every cycle, every bit of heat leaves a tiny mark. Over months and years, those tiny marks add up until the battery simply can't hold as much energy as it used to. Once you understand this, you start treating your battery differently. You stop blaming your phone, and instead, you adjust your usage to make it last as long as possible. It's all about being smart with charging, heat, and usage habits. If you found this explanation helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more simple breakdowns of the technology you use every day, and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Understanding your devices can save you frustration, money, and extend their lifespan, starting with your phone battery.